file photos, the Dallas Morning News and Baltimore Sun, TNS Pictured left to right, Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott and Joe Flacco. The phrase, "nobody knows anything," is most frequently attributed to Hollywood screenwriter William Goldman, but it could just as easily apply to quarterbacks. That's why we are so fascinated with them and why news about Kyler Murray turning pro or Joe Flacco changing teams sparked so much more debate this week than anything pitchers and catchers did in Florida or Arizona. MLB camps are open, and all we want to do is talk quarterbacks. Why not? Murray says he's turning pro and half of you tell me he's too small and will get crushed, that you know this as a fact already. Yet scouts will look at him for the next 2 months, and someone will take him in the top 10 picks of the draft. Meanwhile, news breaks that Flacco is going from Baltimore to Denver for a 4th-round pick. That means that John Elway, who engineered the Broncos' first 5 Super Bowl trips, sees something in Flacco he thinks will work. I'm guessing what he mostly sees is height. Recent Bronco failures, Brock Osweiler and Paxton Lynch, like Flacco, were 6'6" or taller. Case Keenum isn't, and he didn't work out in Denver, either. If Elway doesn't know how to find a quarterback, who are we to trust? I saw one defense of the Flacco trade on Twitter that read, "Good price for an affordable contract with a great playoff resume." That's true about the price. A 4th-round pick isn't much. The resume is only great if you stop looking at it. After 2012, Flacco won playoff games in each of his first 5 seasons in Baltimore, including a Super Bowl victory over San Francisco that earned him superstar money. Flacco is 24-27 over the last 4 years, has had a passer rating over 85 once in the last 6 years and lost his job to rookie Lamar Jackson. The fact Elway chose Flacco over Nick Foles but went with the presumably cheaper player should bother Denver fans as much as Flacco's recent failures. As for Murray, I have said repeatedly he should choose football over baseball if it's about the money. He has potential to make far more in the NFL and do it quickly. I recognize that he doesn't look like the prototype quarterback, but to me, that kind of thinking is the same as saying Flacco has a great playoff resume. You're looking at the past and missing the future. Murray will be fine, and I would pick him number 1 and get whatever I can for Josh Rosen if Cliff Kingsbury is asking me. He hasn't yet. But that's simply an opinion of someone who watches games. We already know that those who played the position, those who scout for their money, make incredible mistakes when it comes to quarterbacks, so it's pretty clear the same applies to me. Nobody knows anything. In the Cowboys' case, consider them lucky. I know many of you doubters do not. But in the NFC East, Dallas is right in step with Philadelphia if we are ranking the best quarterback situations in the division. Stating the obvious, Washington has the biggest issue. Alex Smith isn't returning to football anytime soon after last year's devastating injury. The Redskins have been discussed as a possible landing spot for Murray or Ohio State's Dwayne Haskins, but they will have to move up from the 15th spot in either case. And they have to move up a lot. New York must determine how much longer to play the worn Eli Manning card. I don't want to pretend that passer rating tells the entire story, but just consider this: Dak Prescott and Carson Wentz, both of whom are far better runners, not a part of passer rating, than Eli, have had higher passing ratings in 2 of their 3 seasons than Manning's best in his 14-year career. And it's by a wide margin. The reason I say that the Cowboys and Eagles are on a mostly level playing field here is because of the concerns about Wentz. I don't think there's much doubt that a healthy Wentz, picked 2nd in 2016, is better than a healthy Prescott, picked 135th in that draft. But Wentz has missed 8 regular season and all 5 playoff games the last 2 years, and the club got a spark when Foles took over. The Eagles can't afford to maintain the luxury of Foles as a backup, so it's up to Wentz not only to stay on the field for 16 games but possibly win back the disgruntled teammates who questioned his leadership, anonymously, of course, in a recent article. Prescott has the leadership skills. It's always going to be about his talent level and his ability to minimize poor throws and avoid the rush. The debate on where to place blame between a rebuilt line and the quarterback for last year's 56 sacks will continue right up until the 2019 season provides us new numbers to examine. Until then, the Cowboys aren't in bad shape at the position. Then again, nobody knows anything.